Hey everybody, Jason Moser here with Brendan Mathews, joining you for another edition of Ask a Fool. And today we're taking a question from Rosie. And Rosie asks, what is the future prospects and growth for Russian stocks? Are there any good stock picks out there? And, Brendan, this is, as the world becomes more global, as the markets become more global, there's certainly more opportunities out there. But just because it's overseas or an international opportunity doesn't always make it a good one.
Right.
What's your take on Russian stocks?
So first of all, my general take on Russian stocks is very negative. The country doesn't necessarily have the rule of law or respect for shareholders. And a lot of companies there are state-owned enterprises, which are explicitly owned by the state, who may not have shareholder value creation in mind. They may be pursuing other goals. And then even companies that are explicitly owned by the state, I think there's a lot of implicit control by the government over stocks. That said, there is one stock that I would actually consider in Russia, and that's Yandex.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the #1 internet destination in Russia. They have a majority, 60% of search share. They've grown their adjusted net income at 40% annually, over 40% annually since 2007, and it's trading a pretty reasonable valuation, 20 to 25 times earnings, and that's obviously building in a discount because it's in Russia.
Yeah, I like that take. I think that really whenever you're looking into international markets, particularly the emerging markets, and Russia's one of those markets, obviously very big, but I think still plenty of room to go there. You have to just be very discriminating and really find the market leaders, the companies that are changing the game there. And I think that for future generations, that there will become more opportunities as these companies catch up a little bit more with modern times. Another way I like to just get some exposure to countries like Russia or any of the other sort of emerging economies there is just through those big multinationals, those companies that we see every day here, and they're based here. We know a lot about Coca-Cola or Apple or McDonald's or Starbucks, but those are companies, they make a lot of their money overseas, and those are companies that are also making a lot of headway into international markets like Russia too. So that's just another way to get some exposure to those emerging markets without taking that big risk of a company that you may not be able to get a whole lot of information on.
Right, and so another thing I would just add to your point about being discriminating is one of the things I like about Yandex is it's heavily owned by insiders. Oh, yeah. So over 20% of the company is owned by insiders. So I would consider it. I would also size the position appropriately because it's in Russia, because you're going to have currency issues, you're going to have geopolitical issues. I'd maybe take a smaller bite at it depending on your appetite for risk.
Yep, diversity is the key. Well, thanks a lot, Brendan. Thanks for the question. For more information, make sure to check out Fool.com.